Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ether seems to have found its running shoes today, and I have introduced a new structure or an additional structure that I'm now watching for primarily, which is here on the 1 hour chart, the white wave count. We want to talk about it and add a micro count as well. As you can see, the white count is a more aggressively and direct bullish wave count. Why? Why do I add it? Well, I explained to you in the previous videos over the last week or two that if we get a break above 3,100 and it's a sustained break, and I think we can call it like that at the moment, then we have to expect a more or less direct move to $3,800, $4,000. More directly and possibly even higher. The microstructure actually suggests we could even see here wave 3 in white get to around about 4,345 or even 4,500. I mean, essentially, you know that I've been talking about bull market targets 8 to 12K. The microstructures shift sometimes. So the micro targets, sometimes I talk about 3,800, 4,000. We have to adjust these micro targets regularly based on the latest extensions. But overall, the idea is that Ether is a bullish chart. You know that. But it has a little bit of catching up work to do compared to Bitcoin, and I think it might be starting. We already have been watching the ETH BTC chart over the last few weeks, and we might be reversing there, so this is interesting. Ether, also ETH USD, has broken above 3,100, so could go more directly. So with that break above 3,100, we could go directly without any deeper pullback. That's what I communicated, that if we get that break above 3,100, I will not stop watching for a deep pullback, but it will only become the alternative. So that is why I've added here this count, and it seems like we've seen a shallow wave 2, a very shallow wave 2, and the wave 3 is now unfolding. That's wave 3 of wave 3. Tomorrow we can take a look at the daily chart again. We did that earlier today, so feel free to check out one of my earlier videos today, but then you'll see how that is integrated. But the idea is, we could still get this wave 2. I mean, you need to consider that Bitcoin is already much further ahead than Ethereum. And if Bitcoin gets a correction at its next target, which is around 55.6K, maybe a little higher, extensions are always possible. So maybe it stretches to 56, 58. But at the moment, it should still stretch a little higher. So if Bitcoin then forms a correction, it could possibly take Ether into this wave 2. However, if Ether finds its running shoes now, then it could come in the third wave all the way to 4,500 maybe, and then they could both together correct in a wave 4, Bitcoin and Ethereum, because the Bitcoin chart is then also due a wave 4 correction. Not yet, should still push a little higher. It only broke out today. So I'm primarily watching the white count here. When would I switch back to yellow? That is always very important to understand. Well, I will switch back to yellow with a break below 2,877. Those swing lows here that formed around the 20th of February. And be aware that obviously the yellow count before was the primary, but it's very important to understand that the trigger for wave 2, the signal that wave 2 starts, obviously that signal was never triggered. So I gave you clearly a level that needs to break to indicate the start of wave 2. And against that level, until that level breaks, I highlighted to you, further extensions have to be expected. I always prefer not to fight the trend. I don't want to guess when a trend ends. When we're in an uptrend, I rather give you the key levels that need to hold for trend continuation, or if we formulate it differently, the levels that need to break that indicate a pullback. To be honest, a pullback is not even a change in trend. It's, on the shorter time frame, but it's literally just a cool down period in an overall uptrend in the bullish structure. So the ETH chart is finally playing out its bullish potential here, which is good to see. It has more work to do though, because as I said, if it doesn't catch up with Bitcoin now on this distance here, then it might still do its wave 2, even though it would then be a very long wave 1. So again, it's not an exact science, as I said. It still takes a break below that 2,877 level to suggest wave 2 has started. Until then, however, now I'm primarily watching the third wave extend due to this sustained break above 3,100. What exactly is a sustained break? It's a little subjective. Okay, again, markets are not, there is no rule, it's all probabilistic. So I can only tell you, where probabilities are very dynamic, it's very fluid, that can change again, but at the moment that would be my view. And I gave you upside targets, I gave you the key support, and if wave 2 happens, then the support area, I might need to adjust it slightly, just slightly. The support area is between 2,355 and 2,757. That's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.